Yes, folks, welcome back to the channel. 55 years ago tonight, Celtic were becoming champions of Europe against Inter Milan in Portugal. Tonight, we're here to talk about closing in on a permanent deal for our superstar from Portugal. Yes, welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. Just a quick video for you tonight on the reports that Celtic are closing in on a permanent deal for Felipe Jota. Obviously, the price was set at the start of the loan agreement, around £6.5 million, and the impression that Jota had on the team this season has made everyone desperate for us to get this deal over the line, certainly from a supporter's point of view. And when you think about the season coming to a close, we're all looking for signs and trying to become body language experts. But I think you could see that Jota really enjoyed his time here during that loan period. He was milking the celebrations on Trophy Day, looked such a part of the squad, such a great relationship with the other players. He was taking penalties with Joe Hart's son after the trophy celebrations. Just looks like he's got a great relationship, a great rapport with his teammates. And as I say, he just looked like he really enjoyed being here. And I need to say, it was a joy to watch him this season. So it is massive for the club if we can get this deal secured. The reports today come from Sky Sports. Anthony Joseph put an article up earlier saying that the club are close to a permanent deal and it could even be done by the end of this week. That comes off the back of Scott Burns, journalist on Twitter, sharing news the other day that we were close to a permanent deal as well. I think in The Athletic, they reported that Roger Schmidt, the Benfica manager, has declared that Jota isn't part of his plans, and that was the only real danger, or the biggest danger, was that Benfica wanted to reintroduce him back into their squad and give him another chance. He's come through the youth system at Benfica, born in Lisbon, probably a Benfica supporter, so that was a risk. If they wanted to bring him back and give him another shot at making an impact in their team next season, then he could have had a big decision to make. But I think it looks good, and we never know with these things. We can never be certain until the deal's signed and he's been officially unveiled as a permanent Celtic player, but it looks good. Let's take a look at some of his stats from last season, or the season just finished. He's played 40 games in all competitions, scored 13 goals, made 14 assists. That's a goal and assist every 114 minutes. And the thing that stands out again is that from a winger's point of view, wingers can really be inconsistent. And there has been a couple of times this season where his form did dip from its generally high level. But he scored goals in big games, away in Leverkusen in the Europa League. He scored 2 massive goals at Aberdeen, the one back in October. First away victory of the season, first away victory for months as it stood at that time. Scored the winner that day, scored the winner in the 3-2 game up at Tawdry as well, which was massive for us. Scored in the derby against Rangers, that final league derby at Celtic Park. So he scored big goals and he's made big contributions. He's almost won some games single-handedly for us, whether it be by unlocking the door with an assist or scoring a goal. He's massive for this Celtic team, and it's not to say that we couldn't maybe go and get someone to replace him, but the risk there for the club is when you've had a player on loan and he's made such an impact, it's almost a guarantee that he'll be successful as a permanent player because he's bedded in to the team. He's worked with the manager, he's already thriving under the manager. We know that he fits with what Ange Postecoglou wants to do. So this signing is a no-brainer for Celtic, and in some ways it's a no-brainer for Jota because after being out on loan last season at Valladolid in Spain, where it didn't really work out for him, he's come to Celtic, hit the ground running, made a great impact. We've won the title and the League Cup as well, so he's won 2 major trophies, played a major part in both of them, but also secured Champions League football, and he knows that if he comes to Celtic next season, he will be playing group stage Champions League football. That's not a guarantee at Benfica yet. They still have to qualify. So I think in some ways the deal is a no-brainer for him as well. And I hope the club can get it over the line because it'd be a huge boost for us. And it will be one of the biggest signings we could make this summer, regardless of who we go on to bring in. In other news, reports are also growing about a permanent deal for Cameron Carter-Vickers. He was the other loan signing that made a great impact last season. And Record Sport shared on Monday night, I believe it was, that we've agreed a wage package with him, and it's just a matter of finalising the deal with Spurs. I believe there's 3 weeks left on the clause that was agreed again at the start of the loan agreement for a £6 million transfer. Again, big money like the Jota deal, but again we have that year trial period where he's been absolutely brilliant, and we know that he fits in to this team. He fits in with what the manager's trying to do, and he's performed exceptionally for us. So Carter Vickers would be another huge signing for us if we can get it over the line. And I need to say, shout out for the spot on Twitter. I don't know where it came from, but it was shared last night of a picture of tiles getting shipped from a flooring company with Cameron Carter Vickers' address on them. The address obviously blurred out, but you could see that it was to Cameron Carter Vickers. So hopefully that means he's doing up a house with a view to staying permanently. Who knows with these things again, but if he joins permanently, that would be massive for us. As I say, with the Jota deal, those two, I don't think we'll make any bigger signings this season if we can get those two tied up permanently this summer. And the other transfer news that developed today, it was in that article by Sky, is that Celtic are keeping tabs on Ko Itakura and Taylor Harwood-Bellis from Manchester City. Again, Manchester City links, the City Football Group. We know that Mark Lawwell is coming to work as a sporting director or head of recruitment, at Celtic. So it's no surprise that we're being linked with players from Man City. They're both centre-backs. Itakura, 25, he's been on loan at Schalke, who won Bundesliga 2 this summer. He's returned to Man City. I don't think Schalke have been able to finalise a permanent deal for him. So the window could be there for Celtic to maybe bring him with the club again. Whether that would be in loan or permanently, I don't know. And Harwood-Bellis has been on loan at Stoke. He was also at Anderlecht with Vincent Kompany. I don't know too much about him. But as I mentioned the other night, with the situation with Christopher Julian looking like he might be on his way out of the club, I think centre-back is an area that we really need to strengthen. Nir Beaton, who has been used there as a backup in the past, has also left the club. So I think that is an area we need strengthened in. And Itakura's got a decent reputation. He's got 8 caps for Japan, and that is a market that we've obviously utilised really successfully last summer. So there you go. That's the transfer rumours, the transfer news today. The big one being that we're closing in on a permanent deal for Jota, and what a huge boost that would be for us going into this summer transfer window. Him and Carter Vickers are probably the two biggest signings that we could make this summer. It's a big outlay, big transfer fees for both of them, but I think that's mitigated. The risk there is mitigated for the club because they've both been here for a full season and they've performed exceptionally. So there you go. Like the video, comment with your own thoughts on the deals and the rumours from today below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Cheers.